Hello my crafty friends, it's Sheree. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel. Channel is Turquoise Dreaming. Welcome to my craft room. Let's get cozy and start a new journal today. So this is going to be a Halloween journal, and I think this is the perfect cover for a Halloween journal. I had one of these last year and I didn't take it apart because it's Scooby-Doo, and Scooby-Doo is one of my favorite cartoons from when I was a kid. So yeah, I put one aside and then I found another one last year. So I'm ready to go ahead and make this into a journal. So I thought, I'm so excited. I can't wait to get started. Let me just turn on the camera and we'll get started together. So I'm going to, I want to keep the golden spine as the spine. And I want to sew in the signature. So I hadn't done that before. When I used the golden spine before, I did elastic like Traveler's Notebook style, where you can slip the signatures in and out, which I think is great. But I just wanted to try this one because I hadn't done it. And this cover, by the way, is the Haunted Carnival, so that's why it's so perfect. You can see the little ghost over here, and you can see the frightened looks on Scooby's in all of their faces. This one doesn't look too scared though. He looks like he's having fun. But anyway, let's get started. So this is a newer book. You can tell, I mean, it really doesn't have anywhere to speak of. Let's see what year it's from. If it tells, oh, there is a, let me see. Well, this is first edition 1999, so could be a first edition. I mean, it says first edition. Usually a lot of times when they put an A back here for first editions, but there is no A. But it does say first edition, so I don't know if this is a first edition or if the first edition was in 1999. But there is also a barcode right here. Let me see if that's 1999. There is an A right here, and 19. Yeah, I think that's 1999. That's the Roman numeral is 1999 too. So I think this is probably a first edition 1999. But if you've ever looked up first editions of anything, oh, not anything. Rewind and take that back. Not anything. But I've looked up first editions when I've had first editions of golden books before, and they've never really been worth very much. So it's not like I'm tearing apart. And I'm not tearing apart, but you know, I'm not taking apart a valuable book. Just FYI. So to get this apart, you know, I'm sure you've seen the videos. There's two staples, and you can usually see them through the golden spine. There's one there and one there. So we just have to kind of pull that apart and take the pages out without separating this whole spine. You know what I mean? So you can kind of sometimes, so the part with the prongs is in the back, so you can kind of pull on it a little bit and see how it does, see if it might come apart. I'm just going to kind of just figure it out as I go along. I usually use I have a staple remover, but I wanted to try this because of this flat surface. The staple remover is a little rounder, like a little pointier rounder, but still rounded. But this is a Cricut tool, as you can see. It says Cricut right there. Kind of like, looks like a little spatula. I wanted to try this and see if it worked better than since I have it, does it work better than the staple remover? So I kind of want to try it, see how we do. It's kind of like you gotta, I mean, like I said, I've done it a few times before, but it seems like I never do it the same way. So maybe you've done it more than me, and you have this like little part down where you just boom, boom, and it's apart. So, but I do not. I just kind of work with it each book and see how it goes. It kind of depends on the age of the book too, I think, because you know, if you're not careful, if it's an older book, it would just kind of rip apart. So yeah, see, I think that this is kind of good, but it's not as, I don't think it's as strong as my staple remover. So that's why it's kind of like, it's kind of almost wanting to bend. Like if I'm not careful, this is just going to warp and bend. So that little experiment is what it is. Take it for what it is. If you have a Cricut tool, you may or may not want to try it. Of course, you might not want to try it because you don't want to ruin your Cricut tools, right? If you use your Cricut. And if you have one, you probably use it. I think I might pause and go grab my staple remover. I'll be right back. Okay, I got my staple remover. This is what I was talking about. Staple remover like this with this little kind of, it's kind of pointy. See how it's kind of pointy, but it's rounded. So I'm just trying to get the staples out of the page. So I'm kind of just going to poke it in here, and I can see the staple is right here. So I'm going to kind of come around it on the outside, on the inside, and kind of just rocking this around back and forth beside the staple there. And then that one's coming loose. Let's loosen this one up now. This one is right here. So you can kind of feel it once you get in there too. So I'm going to do the same thing here. And I'm trying not to, if you do, you can fix it. But I'm trying not to poke through here. So it's a little work, but I don't mind it, and I think it's worth it because I love, you know, most people who make journals out of little golden books love doing it. So that's pretty loose, like it's ready to pop out. It's so ready to pop out. Let's just see. Let's see if we can pull it out here. All I need is just for it to pop it off off the pages here in the back and the front, really, but not quite coming through. Not quite coming through. Okay, so close. So close. Let's see. Let's try it from this side. So you can pull it off. This is where the prongs are. Oh yeah, here it comes. Okay, now that one's out. Let's just get this one. And then we can pull the pages off. Yeah, that worked. Okay. Prongs over here. And it's, you just want this cover to pop off the, you want the prongs to come out of the cover so you can get them out. There we go. That one came out. And this one came out. See, there they are. There's one, and there's two. Two staples. So now we can just pop the pages off. And you don't have to worry about taking the staples out because we're leaving. See, I've got my golden spine all intact. I didn't poke through it at all. If you do, don't worry. You can just, if a piece is torn, you can glue it back down. And then on this side, you're going to reinforce this anyway, so it doesn't matter. You're going to cover this up with reinforcement like some cardboard and some fabric and whatever, paper, whatever you use, and it'll be fine. But now at this point, I'm just going to cut these prongs off. See, I'm not going to take the staples out of this part. They're just going to stay there. Just cut your prongs off from the staples like that. It's just a little piece of wire, so you can hold your fingers or your hand over it if you're worried about it flying around your wherever you are, your craft area. I gotta. Okay, there we go. And two. Okay, so now I cut it right down to the book so you don't even feel it on this side. Not that it doesn't matter if you were to feel it a tiny bit, but try to get it flat. Try to get it flat. And then we're good to go. So next, see, this is going to be our spine now. So it's going to be like this. See that? Be like that. We're going to have two signatures, and I'm going to cut a piece of cardboard to go in here. I have my cardboard right here. I'm going to cut a piece of that. I never buy chipboard or cardboard. I get all kind of cardboard, thick, thin. This is, I would call this medium. Not too thick and not too thin. I really don't like it too thick because then it's hard to get your needle through it and when you're sewing in your signatures. But I just want to measure here. See, it's about 1 inch. It does have to fit inside this little space here. Let me get my pen. This is all going to be covered up so I can make a little mark here. I've got paper here, I've got fabric, so I'm going to try to go ahead and get this done, part of this done, like the cardboard, the paper, and the fabric on the inside of this cover right now. And actually I would like to put some trim on the outside too, but that might have to be in the next video. I don't know, we could go ahead and do it in this video though, couldn't we? Couldn't we? Yeah, why not? Okay, so that fits in there. You don't want it to be too tight, so it won't close. But that looks good. That looks pretty perfect. So now we need a length. Yeah, I like it kind of medium. Or if it's too, if you think it's too thin, you can try gluing two. Like say you're doing this, you can try gluing 2 strips together. Because I do have thinner cardboard, and I do have some thicker. I kind of avoid the thicker because it's like, yeah, I don't know if I can get my needle or even my awl through that. Okay, so let's see. This fits in here nicely. I want to make sure it's too wide, really. I mean, I want to make sure it's not too wide, and I want it to be the right length too. You want it to be right from your top to your bottom, because you are reinforcing your spine. So you want it to be like solid there. You don't want it to try to bend where it used to bend in the middle here. And you don't want anything to poke through because that part in the middle here is a little thinner as far as like, it's just really paper right there. So you want to make sure that's all glued down to your cardboard so you don't poke through it. Or if you did poke through it already, you are fixing it now. So that is good. So we're going to put some fabric tack on there and glue that down. Oops. It's a glue stick I have out here in case I need it. Ooh, my lid just came off. Let's just take that lift. This part was coming off. Okay. This is a new bottle of fabric tack. It's actually 3-in-1, but it's the same thing. Okay, I'm going to put some right down the middle where that little part is. That's in between the golden spine. That's just paper. Get that all nice and glued down. Okay, so let me make sure I have enough glue on there. Trying to see here, like around the staples and everything. Okay, that looks good. Okay, now I like to put my fabric on last. So now I need some paper. And I'm going to put paper here because even though I like the original, you know, authentic inside cover, this color here is just, I don't know, I think it's boring. So I hope you don't mind if you're a Golden Book enthusiast. I am a Golden Book enthusiast, but I mean, I have my own collection, and I collected them before I ever started making journals. I collected them when my kids were little, too. That was my excuse to buy them from my kids. It's for my kids, but they're really for me to keep. So, yeah, I have my own collection that I don't let my daughter touch yet because she's 3 and she might tear them up. So, yeah, see, that proves it. She's not touching them until she gets old enough to not tear them apart. So, but I have special ones like that I have in my own collection, and that I think she would like whenever I do get them out to read her. Because I have plenty of books I can read her now without getting out my golden books. And then when I'm brave enough to get those out and know that she's not going to tear them up, I will get those out and read them to her. And of course, she'll probably be reading too pretty soon. But even when they learn how to read, you know, they like to be read too. Kids do. My kids did. So let's pick out some paper real quick here, because I know this video is probably already getting long. We already did quite a bit, really. And this is a Halloween paper pad, cardstock. And I think I got this at Tuesday morning, but I'm not really sure. So Scooby-Doo. It could be any of these. I kind of really like, I mean, I don't mind pretty pattern as far as, you know, inside the covers. But then I don't want to cover it up with anything, pockets or anything. So I'd rather have something that's all over, something like this, or what was that other one? Or even this, or this. Something that's an all over pattern that I won't be afraid to put it, like if I put this down, I won't cover it up. Even this candy corn, I probably wouldn't want to cover that up. Oh, this is a good one here. So that's good. I like that because it's a brighter color. And so that might be the one. Even, I like this one too, but I kind of like that one because it's a brighter color. But this one could be a good background because we're going to cover up, you know, when we do a pocket, it could cover up a lot of this. So that might be a good one, and save that brighter one for a signature. I don't know. Either one will go with the fabric I have picked out. So I think, why not go ahead and use this one? It's a good place for it. And the little golden books, when you are not using the spine as part of the cover, you know, because it's the spine now. So this part right here is about 6 inches. So, and a scrapbook paper is, you know, 12 inches wide. So the scrapbook paper ends up being a great size. So you can just almost cut it in half and use it for, you know, one side for the back, one side for the front. So you have a little leeway here because you're going to put fabric here. So it's a little short, like say it's a, you know, 1/8 of an inch too, not wide enough. You're going to put fabric here, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's get this done. Put the fabric in, the paper in here. We'll put the fabric and the paper in here. And I would like to, I guess we'll do the front cover in the next video, because like I said, this is already getting long enough. And this is not directional, as you can see. These dots can go any way we want. So, and it's 12 by 12, so it doesn't matter which way we do this. I'm just going to make a little pinch here so I can see where the center is. Cut it in half. And I would almost kind of like, well, I can't fold it up because it's white on the back. So that won't work, but I could almost use this for the pocket and just cut off whatever the extra length and put it back up on here for a pocket. But I want to do something a little bit more creative for the pocket. So I'm going to get the length and then worry about the pockets later. So we'll do the pockets in another video too. Maybe the next video will be adding pockets and decorating the cover, the front cover and the back cover, because I think we have a couple of barcodes to cover up. So make a little mark there. I'm going to cut this off. I've got both in here so we can save time. And hopefully that will be okay. And I'll do this right. This cut. I can kind of line it up with the dots too. There's my mark. And I'm lining up my dots too to make it straight. I have a little thing here that you can rest it against, but it doesn't seem to be. I guess it's up against there. Okay. Yeah, it's okay. I just would like this to be straight. Okay, yeah, it looks straight. All right, see there's that, which we can use that for the pockets, but I want another color involved, so I don't want to just use that for the pocket. So this will go here. See how if we put it right against the edge here, see how you have a little sliver here, but that's going to be covered with fabric. So let's go ahead and get this glued down and we'll see what it looks like. Are you getting excited yet? I am. Okay, so I'm doing this on a Saturday. I always have to tell you about my weekend, right? We're having our family day on Sunday tomorrow. And we're having another Survivor watch party. Last week was a lot of fun. But today, my husband just sent out we have a group text, which I might maybe mention, a family group text. It's just me, my husband, and my boys, 2 boys, my sons, and their wives, the six of us that are on there. So my husband just sent out a message that he has, well, he went camping with a friend to a race. You know, this is North Carolina. They have races here. Much to my husband's dismay, I had to start going to races when we moved here. I mean, with 2 boys, you do things like that. In Florida, we never went to a race. And when we moved here, it's like, oh, North Carolina has races. You know, NASCAR and all those other lower level races. Anyway, he went to a race with a guy friend because I don't like to go. He goes camping and goes to a race. And, you know, I'd rather be home crafting than sitting at a race, watching cars drive around in a circle or an oval or whatever shape they drive around in. So he went to a race, but he has left over. I guess he had some ground beef and they made hamburgers. He's a big time camper. He likes to go camping and he brings everything, including the kitchen sink. So anyway, I guess he had hamburgers or ground beef to make hamburgers. So he had some leftover ground beef. So he just sent out a message on our family group text that said, I have leftover ground beef to use up. I'm going to cook some hamburgers. Anybody that wants one can come over. He didn't even tell me first. Like, good thing the house is clean. So anyway, I got to finish up now because we could be having people looking for hamburgers in a few minutes. So I got to see what's going on, make sure everything's copacetic for people coming to eat hamburgers. Family. It's just my family, but I still like to have the house clean, even though it's just my boys and their wives. Okay, so there we go. That's looking beautiful already. We don't even have pockets or anything. So I picked out this fabric for the inside. I like how it has all the colors, green, orange, purple. So let me see if I can find a piece to rip off here. And will it rip off when I rip it off? Let's see, it looks like over here would be good. I don't need it too wide. This looks like the selvage edge here. So something like that. That might be almost too wide, but not really. Like I can make it as wide or, you know, thin as I want it. But let's just try this. See how, oh, perfecto. That ripped nicely. And we will smooth out the wrinkles as we put it down. Oh yeah, I like that. I like all this. See, I wanted the purple. It has purple out here. I wanted the purple on the inside too, and I think this is the only one I had with some purple in it. But this will look good with this paper too. So I'm excited. I'm going to cut a little, tear a little piece here. I think this could actually go either way, but I have this pumpkin, even though he'll be in the middle. Okay, so I think I can cut right, or tear right here on this line. So I'm trying to cut through that selvage edge a little bit there so it can start ripping. See if I can rip it this way now. Yes. Okay. All right. All right, so let me get all the strings off and then we'll put this down. This doesn't have strings because it's a selvage edge. Okay, selvage edge. Just one second. Let me get this up in the frame. Okay, so I had to go do something, so I had to get something, and I'm back. But I noticed when I got back, I was looking at my fabric, and when I tore it, this is the one I was going to use. This end that I tore, I wonder, I'm not even sure which end I tore, but this end is crooked. So if it's that end, it tore crooked. Anyway, so it shows a little bit here, and so it's too short. And now I just tore another piece, and I want to look at this piece and see if this one's going to work. So it could go here to here. It has like a dirty spot here or something now. I don't know what that is. Like, I would have to wash this. I did get this from a thrift store. So that piece now is not what I want to use at the moment. So now I have to tear yet another piece. So I'm trying to see here. Where am I getting this from? Right here? Okay, so let me look at it before I tear it. There's no dirty pieces here. I don't know, that was so weird. Okay, so how am I doing this? Okay, I think I'm tearing it this way. So yeah, I tore it from here. Okay, this is where I'm tearing it. It's a pretty good sized piece of fabric, as you can see, so I'm tearing it from here. I tore here. So this piece looks good. So if I tear another piece wide enough, we should be good on this one to use it. So let me make sure it's wide enough. Okay. Yes. Not like that. I'll try one more time here. It's all right. And then I tore a piece way too long. I'm going to cut it down here. Cut it off of this other piece. It has a weird kind of thing down here. I don't know, maybe this was damaged and that's why I was at the thrift store, but see how it has this going through it? Maybe it was from a store or something and it had this on it and they just donated this last piece. But anyway, I'm tearing it up and doing things with it, so it doesn't matter. I can work around that. Okay, let's see. I kind of like it like this, but yeah, like these, like I said, this design is either way. I just have to decide how I want it. So I like it like this. I think I'm going to see. I got my pinking shears out. I'm going to cut here, the top, a nice little pinked edge. Okay, and then I'm going to cut the bottom too instead of tearing it, so I can make sure it's straight this time. Okay, I mean, this is what happens in real life, right? Sometimes you have to do things, work around things. Okay, I'm going to cut right on the top of this line. There's a dotted line right here. There's like white dotted lines around each little picture on here, so maybe you can see that, the little dotted lines. Okay, so I'm going to put this down, just getting the strings off there, with some Fabri-Tac like this. I think that'll be pretty. I think I got the right length now, and that is beautiful. So I'm going to put it here so I can see about where my glue is going to go from that side to that side, and start kind of putting it down. And then I can take this away for a minute and just glue away. Glue away. I'm going to get right down into that groove where the spine's going to fold and the cover's going to fold all over this new spine we put in here to reinforce. And then out to where I have the glue here. Let's see, I have it about right here. And all over there. I really like to make sure I have enough glue because I want the fabric to be flat all over. I don't want any of the fabric to pucker because it doesn't have glue under it. And this glue is fabric glue, so it will hold it down. You don't have to worry if you've never used it. It is fabric glue. That's why they call it Fabric Tech. In case you've never heard of it. This is 3-in-1, but it's the same thing. It says on here, you know, probably somewhere on this one too, that it's for Fabric Tech. I mean, for fabric, and it lists all the things. It lists all the things. It's like for everything, just about. Not everything, but just about everything. Okay, so we had it like this, so that's how I'm going to put it back down. I'm going to see where my glue is. So let's just put it down. I'm going to pull it down to the edge here, the bottom edge. Kind of spread it out. Make sure it's not trying to go under there. The edge I like the frayed edge, so that's why I didn't like pinking shear the edges on the sides. I like the frayed edge and I like the pinked edge. I like both of those in a journal, so I think they're both pretty. Okay, so we're gonna kind of brayer this with our fingers. Push it down into that fold. Kind of just do this so that that glue is spreading out underneath our fabric. Again, our fold. Let's do it all the way down. All the way down. And then I think we rubbed it all over now, out to the edge. Now let's see, let's test our edges. All tight. Over here we need a little glue. I'd rather not put too much on and go back and do the edges than put too much on and have it like glue everywhere, if you know what I mean, beyond your edge. So I want to have enough in here, and then go, if I have to go back and do the edges, that, you know, that will work. If you have a pucker in here, you can't go back and put more glue in the middle, you know what I mean? Okay, I think a little bit more down here. Okay, so I think that's everything I said we would do, except for I wanted to do the outside, but I'll do that separate, because we can come back. Maybe the next video can be pockets, and then I have some trim I want to put here, and then we'll cover up the barcode in this little piece here, this little, whatever it is, goldenbrooks.com advertisement there, and the barcode. So maybe we'll put a little trim on the back. I don't know. We got to do this first and then see what that looks like. But that will be the next video. It's looking better already and cute. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the start of a Halloween journal, and we'll see you in my next video. Have a great day. Sorry, let me get the glare off of there. There you go. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.